So, I am going to be conducting my first audio podcast. This is pretty amazing. I am excited to get my story out there. So, I have been putting out content on Instagram, and that you can follow me by Art by David Fatino, and the link will be in the description below. I was born with cerebral palsy and narcolepsy, along with other medical conditions that before October 2015 were really difficult to live with, and now today I am managing my health in a much better and positive way. So I, for the longest time, have thought about doing a podcast, and then today I went to my local pawn shop and started looking around, and I found this podcast mic that I'm using right now, which was really exciting. And then I got it home and started downloading all the right software to use to start recording my podcast. So, I will tell you a little bit about more about this device that changed my life, that helped my spasms caused by my cerebral palsy. I received the Medtronic SynchroMed 2 pump back in October of 2015, and I consider that day to be the day that I first really got to know who I really am. Because for the longest time I just could not really express myself in any other emotions but pain and frustration, and I also had like depression and anxiety that I was dealing with on a huge scale. I kept a lot of things internalized for a long time, and when you really think about all those conditions and you think of a person that cannot have full control over telling their body what to do, it can be quite difficult. So after I received the Medtronic SynchroMed 2 pump from Medtronic, it really got me to open up in a new direction, and I found painting to be a really healthy outlet for me. Painting to me is like, if you have anger and frustration and you're dealing with all that, a healthy way to do that would be to use the movement and the energy on a canvas rather than on other people and other items in your house. I think I've now realized the potential in really finding that outlet, and I also think that combining it with counseling is really important, because I think that there is a connection between mental and physical health. I think that when you have a physical problem and you get that, you finally got that being balanced more, and you fix that and you leave your mental condition the way it was, that really can, make you still not recognize what you actually have done, which was take a step forward and really look at the whole picture of yourself. So this podcast that I'm going to be starting is just going to go over like topics that I really want to cover, stories about my life and things about artwork, just really positive aspects of life, because we all tend to hear nothing but negatives, and sometimes we hear it and sometimes we say it to ourselves. So I just want to be an inspiration for other people. I didn't spend a whole lot of money on this equipment to get everything started. You don't need a lot of money. And I really think that if you look around, you can find some basic equipment at decent prices around town. So I really find the world that I'm living in now, after October 2015, to be such a more eye-opening and expansive view of my surroundings, and how lucky I am to be where I'm at and to have the friends and family I have. I was thinking about this, and I think to myself, how many people in other countries have to walk far, far distances for food and water? And how lucky I am and grateful and humble that I can have clean water, and I can eat and drink and not have to walk a whole bunch of miles just to get food or clean water. So I think if you change your perspective in life, I think that would help. I think about how I'm able to do so much more now, and how something such as a medical device can not only give me hope, but my family and my friends surrounding me hope. I really believe in my heart that if it wasn't for Medtronic Synchromed 2 pump and the counseling that I've had and physical therapy and all the really good doctors that I have, I don't know where I would be. And I think that ultimately you have to be willing to get the work and do the work. Going to counseling is great, but if you just rely on that forever, it's not the most healthy thing to do. I think that, we learn these valuable lessons in counseling, and they give us tools and different things that we can do that is a healthy outlet. But ultimately, I think it really comes down to you. Like, if I got really down one day and was like, you know what? I really don't feel like doing anything. I'm just gonna stay home. And I'm just gonna sit here and just whine and think to myself, oh, life's not fair. Life's not fair. Of course life is not fair. Of course this world isn't completely just. But I think that if you pay attention to your everyday life and really are able to look at that and live the life that you want to live and you want to see the world be in, then leave your mark, you know? I think that life is really complicated. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. There's a lot of people's stories that sometimes never get able to be heard. And I think that's where YouTube and Instagram and Twitter and all these other social networking sites can be used in a positive direction. Yeah, they may not get like as many clicks as all this other crazy stuff that goes on YouTube, but I think that if you put out the good quality content, that eventually you will get a loyal fan base that you can interact with. Ultimately, I think that's a good use of social media. You know, I sit here and I think about it, and I think about all the things that generate clicks and all that. Oh, you could talk about this and that and drama. Who cares? I already have enough stuff I'm dealing with right now anyways, that the last thing that I really want to do is watch more of that, like, and then commentate on it, you know? Like, it's not what I want. So I think the best thing that anybody can do is just put out genuine content and don't worry about the views. You know, it seems so simple. And I think that, like, just by uploading your video, if a few people just see it, you know, maybe even like 10, 13, 20 people, whoever sees it, I think that you have already affected people. 10 people. Yeah, you may not be clicking in and bringing in millions. Who cares? Do what you love. Put out the content that you love. And, you know, you never know. But don't put out stuff just to get clicks. And that's just stupid to me. Doesn't make sense. But, I mean, for ad revenue, yeah. You know, for your AdSense, sure. But who really cares? I mean, obviously people do. That's why they're getting, you know, the followers and stuff and money. Who cares? I have a roof over my head. I get to do my artwork. I have health insurance that I'm lucky to have. I have a car that works, that runs, where I don't have to make payments on it. And the bank can't come and get it, so, 'cause I own it. Things like that really make me grateful that I finally was able to start listening to lessons that I was taught when I was younger, and I think that if you can, just be grateful for what you have. I think that ultimately that is so important for other things to come into your life, because there are people in this world that have it a lot worse than you. And there's some that have it better, but you know what? Focus on your life and how you want your world to be. So, this is going to be my first podcast. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving links in the description, and I will try my best to upload a podcast every week starting off. I think that that's a good goal, and it gives me enough time to actually talk about different topics and write down some notes and different things that I will talk about, because I don't want to just, ramble on forever about the same topic over and over again, because sometimes that happens. I just want to tell everybody that listens to this and everything that I appreciate everybody that clicked on this video in order to listen to my message out to the world. And I'm so grateful for every one of my followers that I will get. I'm also thankful for the followers I have on Instagram. And I hope that all of you recognize the beautiful nature that surrounds you. And if you have food in your stomach, a roof over your head, the basic stuff, anything extra, it's just nice. Alright, guys. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will upload another podcast in a week. Alright. Hope you all have a safe and wonderful weekend.